What is up, guys? Skyler here. Today we're doing George Washington versus William Wallace, requested by you guys. Keep in mind, I get a ton of requests of video, and the more the channel blows up, the more requests I'm getting. So keep in mind, if I don't get to yours for a little bit, it's not because I'm ignoring it. I do see the comments. It's literally just because I got so many to do. But we'll get to it in time, and check out my ERB playlist. If there's probably one that you're thinking about that I've already done. But yeah, let's get into it. Two people that fought for their country. It's like Independence Day in the back. He looks so goofy. Okay. His flow is real nice. I see he has his teeth going. So the interesting part, you know, this kind of stressed the same point. You know, you got tortured on the orders of the king. How do you get beat by a dude named Longshanks? Edward the First, aka Longshanks, you know, is the king that fought Wallace, and Wallace lost. And like he said, you were what do you say? You were drawn and quartered. And wait, you were something else. You were I got my face on a quartered. You were tortured, drawn, and quartered. Okay, so what they did to people who were that committed treason or any assassination attempts or anything of high offense, they would torture them, of course, hang them, but not kill them. Make sure they were close to dead. They would like castrate them, behead them, and then like basically tie their arms and legs up, quartered, you know, 4 limbs, and pull them apart via horse or machine. You know, not machine, but you know what I mean by that. They pull them apart that way. It was quite barbaric, honestly. But yeah, so he's saying, you know, I got my face on a quarter, but you got quartered in that way. So he's kind of big boying them right here, and I like it. And, you know, talking about willies, you know, down there, the willies, free Willy. But there's a difference between you and me. I fought till I was actually free. Wallace was killed before the Scots were actually free, fighting for their independence. While, you know, Washington, of course, surpassed. He lived during the American Revolution and became the first president. But yeah. Okay, off the bat, we're going pretty nice. I like this so far, and the flow's real nice. You can see him how he's going, like he's showing some swagger. That's for sure.
There's a difference between you and me, Willie. I fought till I was actually free, Willie. I got my face on a quarter. You got drawn and quartered, tortured on the orders of a king, really. How's it get beat by a dude named Wallace?
You know, and I don't really blame Wallace. Edward was a pretty vicious king and a warmonger, in my opinion. He was a very war-heavy king. So it's not like Wallace wasn't fighting hard enough to, you know, he was fighting the man, and this man was very powerful. Edward was a very strong king, very feared too. So Wallace, you know, Washington beat the king. You know, the American Revolution, you beat the king. But William, they did end up getting their independence, but not with William alive. That's true. Okay. So he's bragging, saying, you know, I got all this: a state, Washington State, a day, and DC, Washington DC, and then he's saying Mel Gibson, Braveheart. And then stone-faced with grill of sheep teeth. You see his teeth like that. A lot of people believe he had wooden teeth, but he actually had sheep teeth, which is very interesting, but true. No more street cred. And then I'm money like a national bank, because Washington is on money. But under his first presidency, they established the first American bank. So that's what they're referencing there. And then cut off your bean flakes. You know, like I said before, he was castrated. I was about to say Mel Gibson, William Wallace. Ain't nobody more sweet than Big G. Stone face with a grill and sheep king. A Mel Gibson movie is your legacy. I gotta stay to the day in a DC. Roll up in a boat, stroll, sleep and cut your throat. I watch the blood flow. Now who's got that red coat? Ooh, that was a nice little scheme right there. I like that. You know, because what's crazy, you know, he said, roll up in a boat, sleep and cut your throat. The British Army was the Redcoats. We'll see that. The Redcoats were far superior when it came to strategy and just manpower, and they were really they just better in mostly all ways. But the one thing the Washington and the Americans had were the element of surprise and knowing the land much better. And they were expecting attack. The Redcoats were expecting attack for a long, long time. And what Washington did is rolled up, swam across, and cut them in the throat. And one thing I liked how he said is, watch the blood flow. Now who's got that red coat? That's tough. So that is, it laid there, neck cut, throat, and then blood dripping down gets your cut red. Whatever you're wearing, stain it blood red. That was hard. And whoever is acting, this guy right here is fucking insane. He was... Look, watch this. Whoever is this, yes. Just yes.
Little blousy outfit, looking like a stiffer white dick than your monument. Oh no, slaves. I don't set them free. The Highland way.
Oh, okay. So he's saying some stuff. So he's talking about you look like a stiffer white dick on your monument. I normally wouldn't explain this because it's pretty obvious, but I realized a fair amount of my viewers are not American. The Washington Monument is like a big stone pillar, like big, tall, and pointy, in the shape of a dick, kind of. So he's saying you're looking like a stiffer white dick than your monument. So yeah, that's the Washington Monument. And then, you died owning slaves while I'm setting men free. So, that is true because the founding fathers did fight for their freedom, but just about majority of the founding fathers were okay with slavery. So yeah, that's there. And then that's the Highland way. Very interesting because I'm pretty sure Wallace was lowland. I may be wrong there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he may be just saying, it's a Highland way, but he was lowland. I'm almost positive.
The fuck out, mate. You died owning slaves. I don't set them free. That's the Highland way. This parapet cut and beat me in a foot race.
Okay.
Eviscerated. Had my head chopped off and they put it on a plate. I still find time to bust the caragram and rip your Yankee Doodle arse in the mic.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Let's go right here. I don't know what this means. The Gaelic rhyme. I don't know if that's like their language or I don't know. So let me know in the comment section down below. I have no idea what that means. So yeah, I can't break that down at all. And he was just fronting saying, I was eviscerated and everything like that. And Wallace saying, he's the superior man, the superior person. And this could be a reference to the baseball, how they get the presidents to run around. I don't think so. I think it's, Wallace was probably just a superior fighter.
Had a prick cut and beat me in a foot race. Was emasculated, eviscerated, had my head chopped off and they put it on a plate. And I still find time to bust the caragram and rip your Yankee Doodle arse in the mic. Face off your moolah, I'm a gubra.
I have no idea what that means.
No children. Delaware, but your soldiers can't swim.
Oh, that was rough right there. Cross the Delaware, but your soldiers couldn't swim. So he's referencing the sneak attack from earlier, but where the troops swam across the Delaware but your soldiers couldn't swim. Washington never had kids. He was a founding father, but never had kids. And a lot of those times, he would blame a lot of the older people, or back then, you would blame the women for not being able to have the kid. But yeah, it was definitely him, and it was definitely from the infections that Washington caught.
Cross the Delaware, but your soldiers can't swim. That's Washington, such a shite tactician. The fucking British Army didn't even want him. I'm Wallace, I'm flawless. They hid in your office, I suffer great losses. I'm a hill step on the battlefield, and I'm ready to kill.
Okay.
Straight down to hell. The only Washington that trusts is Denzel.
Denzel Washington, shout out to that man, great actor. But man, he said a lot here. So it's a lot of flexing going on, talking about but I did like, he's saying he's ready to fight, he'll get ready, but stay behind your desk or suffer great losses. Washington wasn't the best tactician of the group. He was a solid general and a good speaker and could encourage his men, but he was not at all a good tactician. And a lot of his battles, especially at the beginning, he was losing. He lost a lot of battles at the beginning, and what's the word for it? He started getting deserters and things like that, and it wasn't looking too good at the beginning. So it luckily turned around, for thank God for all the Americans. But it's true. Such a shit tactician, even British Army didn't want him.
Wallace, I'm flawless. They hid in your office, I suffer great losses. I put my kill, strap my sword, and my hilt step on the battlefield.
That flow's nice. And then send all of your politicians down the hell. Politicians nowadays have a pretty bad rep. Washington himself wasn't a bad one. Everyone kind of followed Washington when he became the first president because, they respected what he did. He didn't really have a bad presidency.
And I'm ready to kill. Send all your politicians straight down to hell. The only Washington that trusts is Denzel. Is that the best you got for me? I chop down an MC like a cherry tree. See,
okay.
That's what the meaning of my flag is. Donations famous for golf and hagging. I'm fabulous from my head to my shoe buckle. Step to me or catch a knee to the moose knuckle.
Step to me, catch a knee to the moose knuckle. That's rough because he's not saying that, he's kind of saying that Wallace is a lady. But, catch a knee to your moose knuckle, of course Wallace would have a dick, but he got castrated. So, there's no dick down there. So he's saying, catch a knee to the moose knuckle. I like that. It's pretty funny. And then, he's kind of just big boying him, saying, America has been a powerhouse while the Scots, they're not too crazy. They're a solid country, but, they're known for the golf or the haggis. Not too crazy. So he's just big boying them right now.
That's what the meaning of my flag is. Donations famous for golf and hagging. I'm fabulous from my head to my shoe buckle. Step to me or catch a knee to the moose knuckle. In the NATO when I'll drown. I'm dressed like a pimp, best moves at the bomb. McGavin, McLivin, McScooya. Then Hadrian's Wall.
Hadrian's Wall. Okay, so Hadrian's Wall, I forget, is so the England considered the Scots the barbarians per se, so they built like a big wall. What's that sound like? But build a big wall to separate them. So cock block more Scots than them. I like that. It's kind of goofy. McSchool, McGlavin. He's kind of referencing the typical Scottish name. That's pretty funny. And then talking about their clothes, but I'm sure it's just different times. It's not like clothes really matter.
I don't give a shite about your fancy clothes. You ripped all those on a slave black folk. You think you'll beat me, you must be having a smoke. Oh, Joe, don't tee off with me, lad. If you held my balls, you couldn't be my cadet. My style is You're the father of your country, but I'm your daddy.
Ooh, Wallace came hard. Who won? It's over. Damn. Okay, the very end. Let's break down to the very end. Very end right here. He said a lot. I didn't really pause at that verse, I don't think. That was a lot, though. So he said, I don't give a shite about your clothes. Fair enough. And you got all those from black folk, all the people, the slaves. And then he's saying what? He said right here, out of slaves from black folk. And then he said, grew weed, made hemp rope, and then he made a noose gesture. I don't know if that's referencing because Wallace got hung, or it could be referencing, a common thing within that time period. Slaves would get lynched. If you did anything outlandish, fought against your master, tried to flee or anything like that, you were lynched. And, that was a common occurrence for a very long time. So he's saying, they grew these clothes, the weed, the rope, and you hung them with the same rope that they grew. That's pretty fucked. And then, you gotta be smoking if you think you'll beat me. And then what do you say right here? Oh, don't so he rebuttals the fact that, the Scots are known for golf, and he's saying, if you held my balls, you couldn't be my caddy. And saying you tee off, the caddy being the person who fall. If you ever watched golf, which is hella boring in my opinion, there's the golfer, and then the person who follows them around with the golf clubs. That's the caddy. I like that. I like that. But the very end is what I like the most right here. He says, "You're the father of your country, but I'm your daddy," because Wallace came first. But the thing is, you know, a lot of the founding, this is how I'm taking it. A lot of the founding fathers, some of them were Scottish. And I don't know if Washington's roots trace back to Scottish. Probably it could happen, but he's saying, you know, I came first. I'm your daddy. I'm the founding father. So I like that. That was real cool. Who do I think won there, though? I think I'm going to go with Wallace. I think Wallace won that. His bars are pretty nice. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, I'll see you. I don't know why the hell I did that.
I get high from all my